God has changed my life through the man of God by speaking a word, not just a word to personally to me, but a rhema, a word of wisdom, word of knowledge over the altar. He said that court cases were being canceled. So then I grabbed that word, and I knew my son Robert, he was had been incarcerated since May 11th, and he had some charges. He had 10 different charges with 2 different judges. So then the first week he said it, I went down to Alabama where he was incarcerated, and I asked to speak with the attorney, the judge. I asked to speak to the judge first, and then the attorney was with me, and he then went back and told the judge I wanted to speak with him. So then I spoke to the judge, and I asked him, I said, well, can my son go back home? You know, because we don't know anybody down here, and that's what the prophet said. And so he said no. He said no, he can't go home. He has to serve his time here. And then I said okay. So I went back and sat down. And then they came back and they said, well, since he's been here since May, we'll let him go in September. I said, no, that's not what the prophet said. He has to go home today. So then they went back and they negotiated again, which took 45 minutes. So within the 45 minutes, I was praying, I was thanking God, because the prophet had said court cases were going to be released. We're going to be dismissed. So I stood on that word, you know. I stood on it. I didn't waver. I just knew in my heart that he was going to be released. Make a long story short, he was released. Then we were doing the paperwork. And so then something came up in another state where they couldn't let him go at that particular moment, but he was released from that area. So we had to take care of the other area. So I came back home without my baby, but I knew that he was going to be released. So came to church. The man of God said again, court cases are being thrown out. So then I snatched and grabbed it again, and I went back down south, and I had to go before the judge again. And so they said, we haven't cleared it up yet. That was at 9 a.m. And they said, we have to talk to the other judge first. And they said, he's kind of tough. I said, okay. I said, but the prophet said he's going to be released. It's going to be, all right. So then 1:30 came, and lo and behold, they was like, he is released. So I stood on the word that the man of God spoke about court cases for my son. And as you can see, he's here with me now. The advice I would give would be snatch it, grab it, and roll with it. He doesn't have to say something to you personally for it to happen. I mean, you just have to believe. You just have to have faith, no matter what it looks like. As I mentioned before, they didn't release him right then. I could have gave up then, but I didn't. I still stood on the word of God, and the prophet, the man of God, spoke it again. So you have to receive it in your spirit. And there's some work that you got to be done. You have to war with it. You have to pray. You have to thank God. You just can't it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen without you doing something. Faith without works is dead. So you have to apply the word that the man of God spoke over your life, and you have to put it to your heart. And you have to believe. You have to believe. If you have any type of doubt, it's not going to happen. But you have to believe.
I'm excited, actually. I'm just glad that I'm reconnected. I'm just hope and joy.